It may ask you to agree.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Malcolm. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Book Reviews with Fee. And today I am joined by Cherry Williams Camel, right?
Yep.
Okay. And we are discussing King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. Now, King of Ashes it was just released in June 10th.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say for myself, this is my third S.A. Cosby book. And so I'll let you tell a little bit about your experience with S.A. Cosby before we get into it.
Experience is funny, but I discovered him early this year. So after the first book, it just kind of like threw me into the rabbit hole, and I started reading his books. And I put his book on my alert or my notifications. So when it came up, I was ready to read it. And this one is about Roman. I believe that's his name. Yeah, Roman. And he has to come home and kind of save the day from some mess his brother has got them into. And it brings up some family drama. And it's interesting. I liked it. I'm not going to say I didn't like it. I did like it. I didn't like the people in the book. So I like the book. I like the writing. I still think everybody should read it. Hats off to S.A. Cosby. But yeah, I was not pleased with the people in the book. They were annoying. What did you think?
Okay. So a couple key things about King of Ashes. And before we give a spoiler, we'll say spoiler alert. But so it's the Carruthers family, and they own the crematorium in Jefferson Runs, is it
Mm-hmm.
Virginia? Which is a small town. And Roman, as Cherry said, he's the older son. And he was this big shot financial guy in Atlanta. And his father gets hit by a hit and run, and he's in a coma. So he's coming home to, take care of that when he learns that his knucklehead brother, little brother Dante, has
That's a
gotten
nice word for him.
has gotten into like $1 million debt with these killer drug dealers, like ruthless. And
Yeah.
so Dante's trying to use his swagger, his, whatever you want to call it, his, I don't know.
Expertise. Because he's
Yes,
used to, I guess
he's used to
with him
getting
being
his
the
way.
financial advisor, he was used to fixing things besides finances for the people that he worked for. So I'm gonna call him like a fixer, I guess, sort of like the Olivia Pope thing. But he was in over his head, I think.
I think
And I
we
think
got
he
it early
underestimated.
on. Early on, we realized he was in over his head.
Yeah, he did. I think he kind of underestimated them because it was a small town. You know what I mean? It was a small town, and he thought highly of himself and thought that he could just fix it real quick, and that was not the case. These boys, they were ready for him, and then they had no sense either. They were just like blood hungry. They enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
You know,
So
what was the other books of S.A. Crosby? What was the first book you started off with?
the first one was the one with Beauregard that worked at
Black,
the funeral home. That was my
Black,
first one.
Blacktop
What's
Wasteland.
that? Razor Blade Tears?
Oh no, Beauregard
No.
was in Blacktop Wasteland.
Okay, Blacktop Wasteland. So Razor Blade Tears are the fathers who were trying to vindicate their sons, correct?
That's All the Sinners Bleed.
Um, it's
So what is the other one? Uh, Child, I don't know. Because
Blacktop Wasteland, All the Sinners Bleed. The one that we just read, King of Ashes, and there is that one was a good one too. It was about that sheriff. who they were in still in the small, all his books are based on people in a small town, but it was about that sheriff, and he was having to deal with a lot of racial inequities.
Was it the sinner's prayer or the something prayer or something? I don't know.
Um
We have to find it and put it in the comments.
yeah,
But
I read all of them. The only one I didn't do is the one you were telling me about before, the
broke
Audible
down
one. So I'll
profits.
do that one this week.
Yeah, that was
But
broke down profits. And what's his name? Jonathan Majors. He was the main character. So, and I
okay,
just liked him as an actor, so it was really good. But
I
getting back to
definitely want to check that out.
King of Ashes, so the so outside of the main story, there's like this subplot about the mom. So the mom went missing when they were kids.
Yeah, I
And
believe he was 14,
okay,
13 or 14. Yeah.
so Roman was 14, and so Dante is the younger brother. So who knows how old? Maybe he was
And
12
then
or
they
something.
have a sister.
And they have a sister, Nevaeh.
Yeah, Nevaeh.
And so the mom goes missing, and all the town people, all the town folks think that the dad killed the mom and burned her up in the crematorium. So the
Yes.
kids grow up with the missing mom, this rumor in the town, and then this happens to their dad. And
And also because of this rumor, Nevaeh has a disdain for her dad because
yes,
she believes the rumor, and she just holds contempt in him, and contempt within herself because of this. And I um I just wish that they would have handled it differently. This
right.
book had like it had too many secrets, I think. Unnecessary secrets. I didn't like
I,
the way they handled things.
but I think that was like one of the major themes in the book is how secrets uh, can really impact the trajectory of your life.
Yeah.
Because even starting out, okay, this is where the spoilers are going to come in, right?
Hmm.
When I figured out who the first mama was, they were talking
Oh, the
about.
dominatrix. Yeah. Because that
So
would kind
Roman,
of throw you for a loop. You're reading and then you're like, what? And then you're like, oh, okay.
I was like, the mama's
So
missing. Who's he calling mom? Oh,
he's
that's what he's
punishing
calling.
himself,
But that's
which
his
is,
little secret,
yeah, that's
right?
his little secret.
That's
That's how he punishes himself for what
he wants
happened in the book to his mother.
right because
The
we find
brother
out
punishes
later.
himself.
Mhm,
The brother punishes himself for the drugs.
mhm.
Um, and he
The
never really
dad was
like
a drunk.
the dad was a drunk. And the dad was a workaholic. But I think the dad was a workaholic even when the mom was there.
Yeah,
Then Nevaeh just tortures herself. She just cannot escape out of this mindset. She just cannot move past it. She's angry with her dad. She's kind of angry with herself. She doesn't let herself have a full life because she's stuck on the thing about her mom. And then kind of, I think too, a little bit, she's waiting for her mom to come back. And I think that's kind of
yeah.
normal. Like if anybody like goes missing, you
Mhm.
always have that little secret hope that, oh, maybe it's today that she comes back or they come back until you finally know the truth.
And that's
And
and I
so
think yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's I think that's what pushes her to start believing that it's the dad because without once the dad isn't once he's in a coma, it's like her mind is free to think that thought because
Yeah.
she's with him every day. She's working in that crematorium every day. She's handling all the business, the orders, the supplies. She's doing all this stuff. So and he's her only surviving parent. So she can't allow herself to think that. But it's once he in the it's almost like once she's in the coma, I'm not she's in the coma. Once the dad is in the coma, she lets herself come to that thought. Because wasn't it like she was driving or something? I forget when she just kind of when it's revealed that she's like, or did she say it to Roman first? It's like you don't really. I I didn't get that she thought her dad did it up until like a point in the book, and I'm trying to remember what was that point when she was just like, "Yeah, he
I
did it."
know she brung it up a few times, and they kind of just kept like dismissing. Well, Roman did. Roman dismissed her. I think there's a scene with Dante telling her, "No, Nevaeh, that's not it." But they keep dismissing her. They don't share anything with her. They don't share anything with her as far as the other situation that they got themselves into, Roman and Dante. And that's not fair because she's doing the big grunt of work at the
Yeah,
crematorium. She needs to know what's going on. She needs to know what's going on because she does most of the stuff at the crematorium. And then she needs to know what's going on because she needs to be able to protect herself and be aware of her surroundings. And I just hated that they felt like they needed to protect her. But in my opinion, that was not the way to protect her. To protect her, she needs to know what's going on. And it's like they kept dismissing her feelings, they kept dismissing what she was doing. And Roman thought so highly of himself, like he was coming in and saving the day and he knew what was best for everybody. And you didn't. You didn't think he really made anything better. Spoiler alert, the dad died. The stupid brother died. I'm not clear. Did she run away at the end?
she ran away.
Yeah, so she ran away when she found out the truth about her mom. Spoiler alert, the mom is dead. I'm not going to say how she died, but it's like, what
Everybody
did you
did.
do? What did you do? What did you fix? I mean, you lost your teeth, your brother lost a finger, you had to give out so much money because you thought you knew what you were doing when you didn't.
You
I
know
think the
what?
only positive thing that could come from it, another spoiler alert, is there's a child coming. And that's if
Right.
she chooses not to run away because they didn't exactly close it up at the end, when they were talking about it. So we don't even
Yeah.
know what she decides to do.
Like you made a point about all of S.A. Cosby's stories take place in like small town America.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is the one, well, also broke down profits. It's one that isn't centered around racism. Like racism doesn't, like, you don't have this white antagonist that they're fighting
You're
against,
right.
trying to overcome. But it's you want it to be good versus evil, except Roman ain't that good, right? So he has
No,
these.
took his whole career away, in my opinion. For what? Now you want to become what you were supposed to be defeating. So I guess if you can't beat them, join them, right? So
Yeah,
I don't know.
it,
I was
it
disappointed in the characters of the book. All the people, it was a good book. I just did not like any of the people. The only person I liked was the dad, and that's because he was in a coma the whole book. And at the beginning of the book, he did what he thought was best, protecting his children, which caused him to become an alcoholic.
but you know
So
what? To go back to the secrets thing, whole secret thing started with the mama. She was having that affair,
yeah,
right? So the dad finds out about the affair. He's all broken up, but then the son sees them doing whatever, and that sets the whole like domino effect. All the wheels in
yeah,
motion, that chain reaction, basically. So then something happens, and then the dad's like, "You can't tell anybody." That's another layer of secrecy. Um,
there's
and
a lot of
it's a
secrets.
it's a lot of that. And then when Roman comes back trying to save the day, then he and Dante keep the secret from Nevaeh, and then he's keeping a secret from what's her name? Uh, he's keeping a secret that he's working with her criminal brothers, because she's like, them my half brothers. I love them, but I don't want nothing to do with that lifestyle. I'm
Yeah,
legit. I want a good life. And then he starts keeping that secret from her. So ain't
yeah.
nothing but a bunch
And
of
then don't
secrets.
forget that Dante is keeping a secret from Roman about the
Yes,
girl,
yes, about the girlfriend.
right? And then at the beginning, he was keeping a secret about how he got into this mess in the first place,
Yes,
with him and his friend trying to become drug dealers. So it's just all these secrets that just build up and make a complete mess.
mess, an absolute mess. And I'm sorry. I like to root for people, but Dante was so dumb. I'm like, I,
He was. He was just oblivious to the way real life goes. Because I mean, your dad is basically taking care of you. He's putting a roof over your head. He's paying for your car, and you're still angry at your dad. You know, you're trying to sell drugs from you so you can get from under his thumbprint. Like you're the reason actually that all of this started. All of it. Well, yeah. I mean, the mother was wrong, but you're the reason why all of it started.
yeah,
And
literally.
you can't step up, you can't man up, you can't escape it, and you're blaming the person that helped you.
Yeah,
He just
it's like you said, like I love Blacktop Wasteland and I was rooting for Beauregard, even though like at the end he's still like a flawed character because you know he
yeah.
can't he still believes he has that beast inside of him or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And so I was looking for something to root for in each of these characters. And I was like, Dante, just gonna get shot because you can.
You know what? I never rooted for Dante. I rooted for Nevaeh because I wanted her to get with Khalil, and that didn't happen.
Mhm,
At the beginning, I was rooting for Roman,
mhm.
but he just started taking a turn, and I was like, okay, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And then at the end, I was like, oh, I'm done. I was like, I wasn't expecting that at all. And I'm like,
Wasn't
so
even the
you
ending
just
got me.
throwing
I
it
was
all
like,
away.
I said, what in the
Why?
soul?
Because he had money and he had access to get money. So maybe it
Mhm.
was the power from the connections he was making. Maybe he was thinking that he can do it better. But even at the end, when he was talking to the young guys that were working for him, he started acting like Tranquil and his brother at that point. And I was like, what are you doing?
I think he also he you could you know maybe that whole dominatrix thing is he got pleasure from pain, and the more you do something, the more intense you have to take it to get the same feeling. So it was almost like he kept up in the ante with the gangster guys. You know, every time they would do something, he would do something, and then they would do
Yeah.
something, he would do something. And this, I
Because
think,
he
yeah,
refused to believe that they were smarter than him. He
right. So
refused
he,
to, yeah. He
so
has to
I
be the
think,
smartest people in the room. And they even told him, they was like, your problem is you think you're so smart, college boy. He just
yeah,
refused to think that other people could be as smart as he was. But I
yeah.
kind of took the whole dominatrix thing as he was being punished for what he did by his mother.
That sounds so creepy though. Like,
It does sound creepy, but that's how some people mind works. He wanted to be punished because he did something bad, and his
yeah,
actual mama couldn't punish him because she was gone. So he would go to this lady. And even she told him, like, I can't remember specifically what she was saying, but she was kind of like, you have to like let it go.
yeah. When
And
he went to
he
see
always
her
kind
instead
of
of seeing his
saved
daddy,
somebody.
she was
Maybe
like,
because he couldn't save his mother, he thought he could save everybody else. I don't know.
and I think that's probably the weak point of the book is that you don't really believe the motivation of the protagonist. Because I'm like, I get you want to be smarter. I get the whole want to save your little brother, and I get maybe the trauma made him like. My thing is, you grown, you made this mistake, you gotta get yourself out of it. Like, I can help
Because
you
I
as much.
think he should have been trusting Nevaeh instead of Dante. Because
Yes,
Dante was a missing link. He was a loose link. He couldn't get. And if you're so smart, why couldn't you look at your brother and see that he was not going to be able to
keep
give
the
you the help
secret.
that you needed?
He was, man,
He
I knew once they let that girl go. I'm like, Dante is not about to leave this woman alone.
at all, at
And
all. And she was
so,
just as simple as he was.
that's when
I
they were
mean,
trying.
don't you recognize? You've seen what happened to your boyfriend. You see that
Mhm.
your life is in danger, but you're so weak that you can't do what's best for yourself and your mother, who you seem to love and miss.
Yes.
You should have just kept going. You don't come back to town in the car that you are supposed to be. And it's a very bold car. Everybody knows whose car that is. So what are you doing? It doesn't make any sense.
That it
None of it makes sense.
So the annoying part of this book, and I love me some S.A. Cosby. He's a great
I do
writer,
too.
and he really keeps you on the edge of your seat. But my pet peeve in movies is when somebody does something dumb to keep the story going, right? And it's like, in real life, would you have done that? You know, that kind of deal. So that's what I mean. I could. The only thing I could think of is he was mad because they kicked his teeth out. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, your mouth ain't sore. You done went and just got dental implants the next.
Yeah. And he, like you say, he's so mad that they took out his teeth. Then he just started on this road of making rash decisions that, I mean, then the thing is, you won. You got them
Right.
out the, but that wasn't good enough.
That wasn't enough. Yeah. I
I
mean,
don't.
what
I'm disappointed in the people. I love S.A. Crosby. I'm still going to read his books. I mean, I like the book. I just did not like the people in the book.
yeah. And that's
I
fair.
would recommend for somebody to read it, but I mean, just know that you're going to be possibly frustrated because you're going to be like, "Are you kidding me?"
Okay, so
Because the
if it
choices
was
they make are just so dumb.
so if it was 0 to 5 stars, how many stars would you give it?
3, because it did keep me. It did keep me engaged. I wanted to know what happened. There was never a point that I was like, "Oh, let me put this book down. I can't finish it."
Right.
So I would give it a 3, but it wasn't a 5 because, like I say, I didn't like the people. I didn't like how it ended. So I'm going to stick with a 3. What about you?
Hate to do it to him, but I'm gonna give him a 3.5. And I give him a 3.5 because I really like his writing. And Blacktop
Okay.
Wasteland is a 5 for me. So in
Yeah.
comparison,
All the other books that I've read, I give
mhm,
them 5. I would give those a 5 as well. This is the only one that I wouldn't give a 5.
yeah.
I'm going to say a 3. So you're right up there with me, but you're giving him the 0.5. I'm not going to give him a 0.5. But I would suggest for other people to read it because I want to support the author, you know.
And
Black creativity is beautiful, so we should all support it. And
you know what else though? It's like if someone can make you angry at the characters, you're still engaged with the
yeah,
book.
that's true.
Like, was that his intent? Like, ain't no heroes in this book. Ain't no hero.
None, none.
All
Not the
right.
girlfriend. I mean, I guess Khalil could be the hero, but he does
Yeah,
not have enough of a presence
that's
in the book to
right.
be a hero.
Yes. Yeah.
But he's
He's
probably the only person that did not get on my nerves. Nevaeh got on my nerves because she was always whining.
yeah.
Um, and I did not lose my mother in that way, so I don't know how I would feel if the shoe was on the other foot.
Mhm.
But she just made so many bad decisions in her
Yeah.
life because she couldn't move on. She was stuck, you know, with what happened to her mother. Well, not knowing what happened to her mother. I like the girlfriend. I can't remember her name.
Cassidy, I wrote it down.
Cassidy. I liked her. Um, yeah, I liked Cassidy. I really would like to know what she chose to do. If she's just going to stay with him and ride it out, or get in her car and go and never be seen again. Like, I think for me, in all honesty, I would go and not come back
No, I
because
take that back. Her name isn't Cassidy is the name of Dante's girlfriend. The
yeah,
other
that
girl
is her name.
name was
It's
jealousy. Her name was it was jealousy.
That's right. It was. How
And
can
I
I
was
forget that?
like, who would name their child jealousy? I remember that was like a weird name.
Yeah.
Name
So,
was
what
jealousy.
would you do if you were jealousy?
Man, I don't know, because I'm like, this whole thing is stupid. But like not stupid, but it's I would end the secrecy. I would let him know I know what you're up to. and you need to make a decision. And that's
He's
that.
just gonna manipulate her. He's a master manipulator.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I think if she's still stuck on that thing that she doesn't want to be a part of that life, I
Mhm.
personally would get in my car and go.
Yeah.
Because if you stay with him, you're going to be a part of that life, and he's not about to give it up anytime soon. But she's probably going to do that whole thing, I want my child to know his father and all that. And you can't fault that, I guess. But sometimes it's like, is it worth it?
Yeah.
But I think he genuinely liked her, so I don't really see him.
Yeah. I don't see him letting her go because she matched his kink too, and that was
Yeah,
something that kept like
that
a
was dope.
secret. So you find
Yeah.
somebody, you know, who
Yeah, he didn't have to hide the way he felt. So, yeah, that's a good way to put it, matched his kink. And she's pretty. So,
but
yeah,
we'll
she's probably the only one that has a chance in the book.
like even the mayor was corrupt. Like everybody was like,
Everybody was corrupt. Everybody.
all right. Well, I want to say thank you, Cherry, for joining me. This was a great discussion. And hopefully we can meet around some other book. Maybe S.A.
Yeah,
Cosby.
I would love to do another book with you. Well, I don't think he has any other books coming along soon, but I will send you another book that I want you to read.
Okay.
Because I have to talk about this book with somebody. I read it last year and it just flipped my mind. And I want to know if this is a real thing. I need to talk about this book with somebody.
Okay. Okay. Send it to me. I'm your girl. I'm your girl.
Okay.
All
So thank
right.
you. And I enjoyed the conversation. And I look forward to talking to you again and doing another book with you.
Same. All right. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye bye.